Live from Studio 7E in Rockefeller Center, this is News 4 New York.
It's a real threat in nearly every sport why one concussion can be one too many. The 3 tests you need to give your child right away if they're hurt. I'm Tom Yamas. I'll have that story coming up.
Most parents do everything in their power to keep their children safe, but we're about to tell you about a life-altering injury that most know far too little about. Tom Yamas is here with the story for us. Tom.
Well, Chuck, Congress has looked into it. The NFL has changed its policy, and now doctors across the country want to make sure parents know the dangers of concussions in sports. There are 2 to 4 million sports-related concussions every year. Most are minor, but in some cases, one concussion could change the rest of your life. Pick a sport. Any sport, and it's likely you've seen someone knocked out cold.
My friends had to tell me that I was slurring my words, saying words in different orders, repeating the same story multiple times.
It took months for former college lacrosse player Ryan Fitzpatrick to recover from his concussions. How did you know you had something serious?
After the last hit, when I got off the ground, the field was going like this. 3
concussions in one game forced Ryan to leave his team and the sport.
So I definitely blame the coach and the trainer. What they did was, I feel it was unethical. They just wanted to win.
Maybe, but maybe it wasn't their fault. 85% of concussions go undiagnosed.
When looking at a CAT scan, you want to see if there's a break in the skull.
Dr. Kevin Plancher, team physician for the U.S. ski and snowboard team, conducts a simple 20-second test on athletes immediately following a head injury.
If they have any signs of, for instance, a headache, if their eyes are floating and you can't track with the eyes, these are really big issues.
In some cases, Dr. Plancher believes one concussion may be one too many, especially for children.
Kids, younger kids, as their brain is developing, are damaged more by getting hit earlier.
Part of the problem for doctors is that concussions mostly don't pop up on a CAT scan or an MRI. That doesn't mean the damage isn't there. What some research is showing, the long-term effects of concussions, where the brain actually starts to shrink.
There seems to be some appearance of dementia now early on that appears to be associated with concussion.
Right now, State Senator Daniel Squadron is pushing through legislation that would require all coaches and supervisors of youth athletics in New York to be trained to identify concussions and know how to deal with them. Several states are also working or have passed concussion-specific laws in youth sports. Chuck?
You mentioned that 20-second test. If there's not a doctor there, what specifically do parents have to do to make sure their child is or isn't okay? The test is actually really simple, and it takes about 20 seconds. All you have to remember is 3 things. Dr. Plancher told us once the child is taken off the field, ask if they have any headaches or neck aches. See if the child can track your finger with their eyes. And finally, give the child this little challenge. Ask them, or actually give them 3 words like orange, hat, and supermarket. Tell them to memorize those words in 5 minutes. Ask them if they can repeat those words in the same order. If the child fails any of those tests or has those symptoms, it's time to see another doctor. All right, Tom, thank you very much.